Amy, a lot of people know about you being hired at Indiana and they understand nutrition in a very basic sense. But what are some of the things that you immediately did upon taking this position to change the way that athletes eat?
Really starting off by changing training tables. Getting better food choices in. We have a lot more fruit available for our players to eat. We have a lot more whole grain choices and a lot of our lean protein. So really starting by changing training tables, making the meals better choices for them to fuel and recover with.
And you also set aside specific plans for specific players. There might be a guy who's undersized who wants to gain a little weight. There are others who might want to get a little faster and need to drop 10, 15 pounds. You come up with specific plans that way.
Most definitely. We have some different ways to do that. We measure their body composition, so we find out their percent body fat, how much weight they have in muscle, how much weight they have in fat. Based on what Coach Hill wants them to do in the weight room and their position coaches, we make ideal meal plans for them to follow. So really meeting with them individually, setting up patterns for them. What should they be eating when should they be eating it, making sure they're recovering, making sure they're fueling well and staying well hydrated.
You also are able to utilize some pretty high-tech technology in order to be able to achieve those aims.
Most definitely. Having Indiana purchase the bod pod, which is a body composition analysis machine that will tell us within 1.5% what is their amount of weight and muscle, how much weight do they have in fat, and what is their total percent body fat. That's part of our performance tool to really help us find the sweet spot for that player and where they're going to play their best.
Not only have you changed the nutritional quality of the food in the training tables, but I eat there maybe once a week. The food's pretty good. You've actually gotten a higher quality of food too.
Most definitely. Part of coming in was looking at what they had in training tables before. We cut down some of our options, to be honest, and gave our athletes better quality food. We started having chefs do action stations. So we have a smoothies at lunch. We have an omelet station on some lunch days, and chefs making separate entrees and pastas made to order. So being able to specialize and have those options for our student athletes to be able to kind of personalize what they want for that meal that can go along with what I'm telling them to do from a fueling standpoint is really a bonus.
A lot of times, I felt this way as a kid growing up when somebody would say good for you. You would think lima beans and things that might not taste good, but it's not that. There are some interesting food options for people.
Yeah, we've done a whole lot more with adding fruit onto the training tables. Fruit's a great carbohydrate, a great energy source. Our players love having fruit. We have a lot of the fresh fruit out there. Other things we've done is, instead of always having French fries or having French fries as an option, we've offered sweet potato fries. It's a new thing for our players to try. Different pastas. We've offered some whole grain pastas. And our players have been huge on eating fish. So a great lean source with a lot of positives with the omegas and different things that they're getting from the fish. So the players have been very receptive to try new things as well. So, it's been really a win-win for me and for them.
You also work in concert with Mark Hill. There are two sides to being in good shape. One is strength and conditioning, and the other is eating well. And you guys communicate regularly.
Oh, most definitely. It's a team approach here for our football players, and me knowing what Coach Hill is seeing them do in the weight room, what we need to do to help them fuel and recover better from those lifts. If it's a hard lift, maybe we need to have better recovery foods. We need to have some foods available for him pre-lift and pre-workout. So definite communication, knowing what he needs from the athletes and what I can help them provide to make the athletes get their overall strength results. We work as a team to do that.